The news is everywhere. Vittoria Vici, the Emperor's cousin, butchered at her own wedding. Well done. Let's see His Eminence try to ignore this.
Yes, now the blushing bride serves Sithis in the void.
With Vici's murder, you've started us down a path the Dark Brotherhood hasn't traveled in centuries. The assassination of an emperor. And now your reward. A unique spell to summon a legend of the Dark Brotherhood. His soul serves us now in death, as his body once did in life.
I see.
Of course, a bonus for killing Vici while she addressed her guests as instructed. Gold. Simple and pure. Spend it as you will. Now then, time to proceed to the next stage of the plan. Go and speak with Gabriella. She's been helping me arrange your next contract.
Really? Alright, I'll do that. Excuse me.
Dear brother, I've been waiting for you. Your next contract awaits, as I'm sure Astrid indicated.
Indeed. So, what are the details?
With the Emperor's arrival in Skyrim now a certainty, his security service, the Penitus Oculatus, will need to begin its preparations immediately. Security is being handled by a Commander Morrow. Astrid and I have devised a plan to break the man, and in doing so, cripple the Emperor's protection. You are to slay the Commander's son, Gaius Morrow, and once he is dead, plant false evidence on his body, implicating him in a plot to kill the Emperor.
I understand. Gaius Morrow will die.
He is set to leave the Penitus Oculatus outpost at Dragonbridge and inspect the security of each city in Skyrim. Go there now, observe Gaius Morrow's departure and follow him. Waylay him in one of the cities and send his soul to Sithis. Once he's dead, plant the incriminating letter on his body and let fate take care of the rest. Oh, and one final thing.
Yes?
To earn your bonus, do not kill Gaius Morrow in Dragonbridge or on the road. Kill him in one of the other major cities he'll be visiting. There, the body will be discovered quickly, as will the letter implicating Gaius Morrow in the plot to assassinate the Emperor. Do that, and Astrid has authorized me to grant you a rather unique bonus. It is a special token to be given to Olava the Feeble in Whiterun. Olava is an old and dear friend, and a powerful seer. The token entitles you to a reading of your future. It's an opportunity one should not pass up.
I see. Do you know Gaius Morrow's schedule?
No, so your best plan is to follow him after he leaves Dragonbridge. However, there is one other option. We know there's an actual written travel schedule, somewhere in the Penitus Oculatus outpost. Securing that would, obviously, be most beneficial.
I feel a bit guilty. Once again,
I see. What can you tell me about Dragonbridge?
It's a small town, with one rather unique feature. It houses Skyrim's only Penitus Oculatus outpost. It was established by Commander Morrow when he first arrived in Skyrim several months ago, when he began preparing for the Emperor's initial visit.
I see. Well, I'll be back.
Walk in Gaius Morrow's shadow and deliver to him the judgment of Sithis.
It will be done, sister.
Father, you worry too much. I'll be fine.
I know you will, but all the same, remember everything I said. Stay alert, and when you get to the cities, make your observations and move on.
I understand, but you're being paranoid. I'm inspecting security, not charging off into battle. There's not a lot that can go wrong.
Son, when the Emperor's safety is concerned, anything could go wrong. Off with you now, and good travels.
Farewell, Father. I'll return as soon as I'm able.
Well, this is it then. Look after yourself, Gaius. You're doing your duty, and I'm proud of you, but you better come back to me. You hear?
Oh, Fida. I may travel alone, but you know I carry you always in my heart. I'll see you soon.
Alright. Mourn this solitude, the Emperor's Tower. Morn this evening, solitude, castle dower, food and sleep. Turdus, Windhelm, palace of the kings. Turdus evening, Windhelm, barracks, food and sleep. Midas, Riften, Mistveil keep. Turdus, Whiterun, Dragonreach. Turdus evening, Whiterun, Bannered Mare. Freydis, Markarth, Understone keep. Freydis evening, Markarth, guard tower. Loridus and Sundus, spend at your discretion. Repeat until I have recalled you personally. The guards and jarls of the cities have been informed of your arrival and will leave you to your work. Study the guard patterns, examine any entrances and exits, and make note of any irregularities. Talk to no one. The fewer people who know about your mission, the safer the Emperor will ultimately be.
Keep back, citizen. I have important business I must attend to.
Oh yeah? You know what? After I kill you, I'm going to kill the Emperor.
What? Filthy assassin. We'll see who lies dead.
Come here.
Oh! Hey. Don't start a battle you can't win. Don't you do. Don't do that. I'm warning you. Alright.
Damn you!
Here. I think you dropped something here. Let me put it back in your pocket.
Ah, at last. I've been anxiously awaiting your return.
You alright? Yeah, well, Gaius Maro is dead, as instructed.
Yes, I know. As does Astrid. You have done well, and have earned both your reward and a bonus, as I have mentioned. But you should know that we have a more pressing matter to deal with. It's Cicero. There's been an incident. You should proceed into the sanctuary. I'll let Astrid explain.
Alright. An incident?
Just try to relax, Vizara.
What the hell
Let the
happened?
elixir do its work. You'll feel better shortly.
Thank you, dear. You are most kind.
What?
Jester's cut feels as bad as it looks, I'm afraid.
What did he do this time? What?
I'll admit, even I'm having a hard time disagreeing with you.
What's going on?
Marrow is dead, I know, but we've got bigger problems right now.
Gabriella mentioned something about Cicero?
The fool went absolutely berserk. He wounded Vizara, tried to kill me, and then he fled. I knew that lunatic couldn't be trusted.
Oh, it's true, I'm afraid. Cicero was a little whirlwind, slashing this way and that. It would have been funny if he weren't trying to murder us all.
Don't forget the ranting and raving. About the Night Mother, how she was the true leader of the Dark Brotherhood, and Astrid was just a pretender.
Look, we've got to deal with this situation. You've got to deal with this situation.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to find that miserable little fool and end his life. But first, find my husband. Make sure he's all right. After the attack, Arnbjorn flew into a rage. When Cicero left, Arnbjorn went after him. They disappeared into the wild. Search Cicero's room. Maybe there's something in there that sheds some light on where he might have gone. Let me know the minute you find something. I've got to see to Vizara and calm everyone down.
Bested by a fool.
Alright.
Who's the fool now,
I'll see what I can do.
You were very brave.
What do we have here? Some skulls, embalming tools. The coffin is still here. You alright? Nope. Nothing here. Some empty crates. Maybe this is probably not his room then. Where is his room? Oh, somewhere else. I thought he lived with the Night Mother. Oh dear, we have an entire diary to go through. Start from the beginning. 18th of Evening Star, 4th Era, 18B. What? 186. 186. There you go. As I begin this new phase of my life, I have decided to finally keep a journal. So much has happened to me thus far, both within the Brotherhood and without. When I think there is no record of what has transpired, it almost seems an affront to Sithith himself. So I am determined to make amends. Yes, the Dark Brotherhood has its own scribes and chroniclers, but it is their solemn task to record those events deemed important to the organization as a whole. Let this volume serve as the personal record of one man, a lowly assassin who has pledged his blade and his life for the Dark Brotherhood. 23rd of Evening Star, 4th Era, 186. I have arrived safely in the Cheydinhal Sanctuary, and have been greeted warmly by Rasha and the others. Indeed, the level of support and acceptance shown by my new family is rather overwhelming, for this sanctuary knows suffering, knows sorrow, for the ghosts of purification still haunt its halls. So who better to understand the plight of a brother who has lost home and heart? Who better to comfort one whose sanctuary is no more? The Brahma sanctuary may be gone, but my dearest brothers and sisters will live forever in my dreams, just as their souls live forever by the Dread Father's side. First of Rain's Hand, 4th Era, 187. Completed the Baroness contract, she died well. Her handmaiden, less so. 12th of Rain's Hand, 4th Era, 187. Cheydinhal suits me. With the destruction or abandonment of the other sanctuaries, our contracts are plentiful, as are our bonuses. Still, we seem to be losing footholds throughout Tamriel at an alarming rate. There are rumors that the Black Hand is split on our continued direction. Some favor expansion, the others consolidation. My personal feeling is that the Dark Brotherhood needs to, at the very least, maintain the illusion of being everywhere at once. It has become exceedingly difficult to fulfill or even establish contracts in provinces where we no longer have a physical presence, like Hammerfell. The more we ignore Tamriel, the more people lose faith in the Dark Brotherhood. Our power, our services, our dedication to the Void. 27th of Rain's Hand, 4th Era, 187. The listener, Elisane Dupre, has been visiting with us for several days, down from her private residence in Breville. She and Rasha had been discussing the possibility of reopening the Shadow Scale training facility of Archon in Black Marsh, but ultimately decided we lacked the resources to follow through with the plan. 27th of Rain's Hand, 4th Era, 187. Completed the arena contract. I ultimately decided to pose as a starstruck fan and immediately got into the Grand Champion's good graces. While escorting the arrogant fool through the Grand Forest, I slashed his throat and left the corpse for the bearers. Alright, Volume 2. Here we go. 7th of Sun's Height, 4th Era, 188. Wayrest is lost. The city fell to Corsairs, and it's just a matter of time before the sanctuary is breached. May the Night Mother watch over her children in their hour of need. 5th of Last Seed, 4th Era, 188. We received word today the Wayrest Sanctuary was raided and destroyed by the Corsairs. There were no survivors. There are now only 3 active Dark Brotherhood strongholds remaining. The Cheydinhal Sanctuary, here in the Imperial Province, a remote sanctuary located in a forest in Skyrim, and the Corinth Sanctuary of Elsewhere. The Black Hand has ordered the Corinth Sanctuary closed, and its members integrated into our own ranks here in Cheydinhal. I will embrace those new family members as warmly as I was when I first made my home here. 27th of Hearthfire, 4th Era, 188. The situation in Breville grows even more dire. The city has erupted in violence due to a war of control being waged by Cyrodiil's two largest skooma traffickers. The listener, Elisane Dupre, has been forced to employ sellswords to protect her own residents. 1st of Sun's Dusk, 4th Era, 188. Things in Breville have come to a head. The statue of the lucky old lady has been destroyed, and Elisane Dupre has left her residence to guard the crypt of the Night Mother. Hidden below the remains of the statue... If the crypt is discovered, Elisane Dupre will, of course, protect the remains of the unholy matron until her dying breath. Rasha is sending Garnag and Andronica to aid in the crypt's defense. I begged to accompany them, but Rasha wouldn't have it. He says my place is here, defending this sanctuary, and I must, of course, respect that decision. 12th of Sun's Dusk, 4th Era, 188. Botched my contract and fortified the bonus. The silk merchant was already cold, and I was halfway through the window when her daughter stepped into the room. I had little choice at that point. 21st of Sun's Dusk, 4th Era, 188. So much has happened since my last entry. After Garnag and Andronica left for Breville, we stopped receiving communications from the city. We feared the worst. This morning, those fears were confirmed. When Garnag returned alone, transporting a most precious cargo, the great stone coffin of the Night Mother herself. The story Garnag told could curdle the blood of even the most hardened of Sithis' servants. Crypt of the Night Mother, raided. Dearest sister Andronica, cut to pieces. And the listener herself, the most honored Elisane Dupre, burned alive in a storm of mage fire. Garnag, though gravely injured, he will most certainly lose his right eye, managed to fend off the attackers and transport the Night Mother's coffin safely out of the city. He has been on the road, making his way back here, since that tragic night. Oh boy. We're not even halfway there. Volume 3, 23rd of Sun's Dusk, 4th Era, 188. Now that things have settled down, the reality of our situation has finally come to bear. We are a Dark Brotherhood without a listener. With no listener, the Black Sacrament will go unheard. Surely the Night Mother will speak to someone soon, thus choosing a new listener to take Elisane Dupre's place. Until that happens, though, we must take to the streets. We must hear the pleas of the desperate and vengeful. The people of Tamriel must never know that their prayers to the Night Mother are going unheeded. 24th of Morningstar, 4th Era, 189. It is a new year, and 2 months since the Night Mother first arrived here at the Chaden Hall Sanctuary. And still the unholy matron has not seen fit to speak to any one of us. And so, Rasha has decided to revive an ancient Dark Brotherhood tradition, the appointing of a keeper, a guardian, whose sole duty is the safeguarding of the Night Mother's remains. The remaining members of the Black Hand will make their decision tomorrow. 25th of Morningstar, 4th Era, 189. I have been chosen. By some incomprehensible twist of fate, the Black Hand has named me the Night Mother's keeper. In all honesty, I am both incredibly honored and deeply saddened. This means the end of my contracts. I'll be lucky to lift a blade again. Thankfully, Rasha has promised me one final contract before I accept my new duties. 30th of Morningstar, 4th Era, 189. The Jester lies dead. My final contract has been completed. Oh, how he laughed and laughed. Until he didn't. 3rd of First Seed, 4th Era, 189. I have settled well into my role as keeper. It is my duty not only keep the Night Mother's shrine clean and the candles lit, but to tend to the body as well. The Night Mother's crypt was a consecrated place. Shroud, kissed, absent of sunlight. and safe from the world above. Removed from there, the remains are subject to the filth and corruption of the living. The body is perfectly preserved, so the concern is not physical, but rather spiritual. The remains must be sanctified regularly, so that they may continue to serve as a conduit for the Night Mother's soul. Our matron's eternal spirit may travel the void freely, but it is through her own earthly remains that she communicates with the listener. And so, I wash the corpse weekly with the requisite oils, recite the ancient incantations, and personally see to the extermination of any insects or rodents. If the Night Mother does not speak, it will be because she chooses not to, not because she is unable. This is my responsibility. This is my vow. 12th of mid-year, 4th era, 189. Months and months and months and no listener. Why won't the Night Mother speak to me? I am worthy as a keeper, but not as listener. I protect our lady, keep her sanctified, but still she will not grace me with her voice. 4th of sun's height, 4th era, 189. So long since I worked my blade, so long since I saved a soul. But I am now keeper, no longer a taker. I think back fondly on my hours with the jester, his laughter, his screams, his pitiful cries, and then, as the end draws near, his laughter once more. Merry in death as well as life. I was honored to know him. 1st of Hearthfire, 4th era, 189. Cheydinhal has erupted into violence and chaos, like so many other cities before it. The sanctuary has remained unbreached, but for how long? Our numbers are few, and with no speaker, the contracts have dwindled almost to nothingness. Rasha's hold on the sanctuary is slipping. 26th of Frostfall, 4th era, 189. Silence, deafening silence. In my head. It is the silence of death, the silence of the void, seeping into me through the mother. The silence is hatred. The silence is rage. The silence is love. 4th of Evening Star, 4th era, 189. Today, Rasha declared himself listener, claiming the Night Mother spoke to him at last. But when questioned, he could not name the binding words. Liar, deceiver, his charade must not stand. 5th of Evening Star, 4th era, 189. Rasha is dead. As commanded by the silence, so did I obey. I did not wield the knife, oh no, but dipped the honey softly sweet into Garnag's eager ear. He is a good brother, a loyal brother, to both Cicero and our matron. He did the deed gladly. 10th of Sun's Dawn. Sorry about that. 10th of Sun's Dawn, 4th era, 190. Only 3 of us left: Cicero, Garnag, Pontius. 15th of Sun's Dawn, 4th era, 190. The Night Mother remains silent. I remain unworthy. The sanctuary remains doomed. 3rd of First Seed, 4th era, 190. I can hear it, deeper and deeper, louder and louder, punctuating the silence like thunder on a calm evening. Laughter. 4th of First Seed, 4th era, 190. Laughing, 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 laughing. It is the jester, a voice from the void, to cheer poor Cicero. I accept your gift, dearest Night Mother. Thank you for my laughter. Thank you for my friend. 16th of Rain's Hand, 4th era, 191. Pontius is dead. A Dark Brotherhood assassin was killed by a common bandit while walking the streets of Cheydinhal. How can something so sad be so funny? 17th of Rain's Hand, 4th era, 191. I love the laughter, dearest Night Mother, but still I long to hear your voice. It's not too late. Speak to me, my mother. Speak to me that I may set things right. I can save the sanctuary. I can save the Brotherhood. You can have the laughter. Take it back. And exchange, then? The laughter for your voice? Seconds of Second Seed, 4th era, 191. It's not safe to leave the sanctuary. We'll stay here. All is well. 29th of Last Seed, 4th era, 191. Garnag is gone. Gone, 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 gone. Left to get food, but he'll be back. It's only been 3 months. 3 months? 3 months? 12 moths? 4 sloths. 21st of Sun's Dusk, 4th Era, 192. Cicero is dead. Cicero is born. The laughter has filled me so very completely. I am the laughter, I am the jester. The soul that had served as my constant companion for so long has breached the veil of the void, finally and forever. It is now in me. It is me. The world has seen last of the Cicero man, of Cicero the man. Behold Cicero, fool of hearts, laughter incarnate. 28th of Sun's Dusk, 4th Era, 200. Found the old journal, decided to write a treatise on silence, sound, darkness, and light. How long has it been since the Night Mother first came here? How long since I was made keeper? How long since I became the fool? Since I've been alone? Since Cheydinhal fell? Since they started pounding on the door like so many hammered heartbeats? It's dark in here, and quiet. Poor Cicero no longer hears the laughter, for he is the laughter. There is no listener in Cheydinhal, no listener in Cyrodiil, no listener in me. We must leave here. Before the sanctuary falls, before the Night Mother burns, before the Dark Brotherhood withers, before the laughter dies. 29th of Sun's Dusk, 4th Era, 200. I took a stroll and spied a maid, but matron's duty stayed my blade. So busy now I miss the thrill. If only I had time to kill. There we go. And finally, 30th of Sun's Dusk, 4th Era, 200. I have written the letters, so polite, so official, to Astrid in Skyrim. Her sanctuary still stands, still operates. But how? No listener means no black sacrament. No black sacrament means no contract. Her family can abandon the old ways and still survive, still kill. But is that family still brotherhood? Or something else? Something new? Something different? Something wrong? Something wrong. Still, we must go. Tomorrow we must set sail. Float on a boat through the moat called the sea. Her and me. Excuse me. 22nd of Evening Star, 4th Era, 200. Sick of the rocking, tossing, rolling, throwing upon the grey waves. I am reading of Skyrim, of the good days, of the old ways. There was another sanctuary once, a Dawn Star Sanctuary, good, ancient, and strong, blessed by Sithis. Cicero will go there. No need of Astrid. The mother and I will settle, and she will speak to me, finally, and we will build the old ways anew, together. 23rd of Evening Star, 4th Era, 200. The passphrase is mine. I have found it in a letter ancient as the sanctuary itself. The black door will ask, what is life's greatest illusion? I am to answer, innocence, my brother. Finally, a space, a place to call my own. A joker's retreat for the fool of hearts. First seed. 4th Era, 201. The sanctuary is home, as I had dared hope. Cool and dark and lovely, my sanctuary, sanctuary from all. I know its every corner, every hall, every shadowed nook and alcove. My sanctuary. The guardians know me, recognize me as keeper. They leave poor Cicero alone. The big ugly beast, a different story. He'd eat me if he could, but to bind me, grind me, he'd need to find me. Oh. He'd eat me if he could, comma, but to bind me, grind me, he'd need to find me. And Cicero will make sure that does not happen. For I have sanctuary. Sanctuary from all. Fucking hell. Thirteenth of First Seed, 4th Era, 201. The sanctuary is safety and salvation. But silent, so silent. I gave my love to the unholy matron. I give my laughter freely, but I do not hear her. The silence has returned. Now that I am laughter and no longer hear laughter, I once again hear the silence of the void. It reaches across time and space. Its silence is deafening once more. First of Rain's Hand, 4th Era, 201. Mother and Keeper must go. I am not the listener, and never will be, but I am the Keeper. I must serve my mother's will above my own. I must find her listener. I must teach Astrid the error of her ways, the beauty and necessity of the old ways. I have sent the letter to Astrid. We leave soon. But Cicero will keep this sanctuary as his sanctuary, a place to rest and ply my trade, for I once more take up the blade and send more lucky souls to him when laughter strikes, as fits my whim. Oh, there we go. So, Cicero has went to a sanctuary, a Brotherhood sanctuary in Dawnstar, or near Dawnstar, I guess, but he didn't take time to take the mother with him. So,
have you found something?
Yes, Cicero's journal.
Good, good. Does it say where he may be headed?
Yes, an abandoned sanctuary in Dawnstar. I have the passphrase.
The Dawnstar Sanctuary? Whatever for? Never mind, it doesn't matter. You need to leave. Now. Every moment counts, so I want you to take my horse. His name is Shadowmere. You'll find him outside by the pool. Let's just say he's one of us. Find Arnbjorn. Make sure my husband's all right. And then send that jester's twisted little soul to the void, in as many pieces as possible.
So, what do we know about the Dawnstar Sanctuary?
Oh, it's ancient. Apparently one of the first sanctuaries in Skyrim. It hasn't been used by the Brotherhood in close to 100 years. If you say Cicero has gone there, it stands to reason that he's familiar with the place. That means you'll be fighting him on his own ground. Tread carefully.
Yeah. Something about spirits and giants or something. So, what was it that set Cicero off?
No, nothing. At least, nothing I'm aware of. Well,
Right.
if I'm being honest, I haven't exactly been discreet lately in expressing my frustration with this whole situation. Obeying the Night Mother, you being the listener, it's ridiculous. No offense. Cicero may have overheard me talking to one of the others about the Night Mother. It's possible I was not entirely respectful. But to go this far, to attempt to murder the leader of a sanctuary, Cicero must pay with his life. There is no other option.
I understand.
I took that prancing fool into my home, and this is how he repays me?
Should have figured Astrid would send you.
You alright? You look hurt.
What gave it away?
Well, the blood mainly.
Yeah, gotta admit that little jester's good with that butter knife. But don't worry, I gave as good as I got.
So where is he now?
In there, through the door. Some old sanctuary by the looks of it. I would have followed him, but I don't know the phrase.
I know the phrase. I'll go get Cicero. You go home.
Alright, you convinced me. Doubt I'd be much good to you anyway. The little fop cut me pretty deep. But I slashed him good. Pretty sure I severed an artery. Don't know what you're gonna find in there. But you could probably just follow the blood.
Alright. Now who's causing all this ruckus? Oh. Alright then. Now that that is over with.
What is life's greatest illusion?
Innocence, my brother. Thank you very much. Now let's go hunt a jester.
Is that you? Oh,
yes?
I knew you'd come. Send the best to defeat the best. Astrid knew her stupid wolf couldn't slice Cicero.
You just stay where you are, and I'll come and have a chat with you. We can dance if you want to. Oh.
Now that's madness.
You want to see madness? Would you come out and face me? Oh.
Stickler for details, get it? Stickler! I slay me.
Yeah, it's very funny.
You're still alive. Sister respects the listener's abilities, of course, but could you at least slow down a bit? Not what I used to be. All right. So Cicero attacked that harlot Astrid. What's a fool to do when his mother is slandered and mocked? Surely the listener understands. Cicero admits he thought the listener would be dead by now. Maybe we could just forget about this and let bygones be bygones. About Bizarre, stupid lizard got in my way. But please, tell me that hulking sheepdog is bled to death. No.
I'm afraid I got more bad news for you.
We come to the end of our play. A grand finale.
That's right.
You caught me. I surrender.
There's only one cure for your madness, Cicero. And that's me.
Oh, I like that. Very good, very good. Creative.
Yeah. How's that for creative?